Hey everybody, how are you guys doing tonight? Let's see who we got in the house. We got Ashley, Clint, Ed from Mountain Mariner. We got John Hogan, Dusty Bottom Boys. We got a bunch. Just give me a second, Sarah. Be here in a second. And I've got a few things I'm trying tonight, so bear with me as I do different things. Hey, John or Ed, type what I type. So I'm trying to see if it works.
Good afternoon, folks.
I don't know if it's kicked in yet or not. It might take a moment. Give it a second. Hello, Ira. Can you guys hear us okay? No, hang on a minute. It might take a few minutes for the program to kick in. I'm not sure. Yeah, it might not work. I'm trying some bot stuff.
You worked so hard all morning on this stuff.
Watch it not want to work now.
Right. Some days are like that.
Hello, lazy days ahead, Jess and Lisa. Jesse and Lisa.
Hi, guys.
It might not be working. Oh well. I've been experimenting with like there's Nightbot. Now Nightbot kicked in. So what I did is I set it up so the moderators don't have to worry about sharing links so much. If you are a YouTuber and if you just type in the exclamation point drop, it will drop your links.
Make it easier for
everybody. Anybody that wants to come in and uses wants to share a link can now do that just by typing the exclamation point and drop.
Yep. Which
makes it a little easier for everybody.
Read.
Sorry, I guess Nightbot has temper tantrums.
Oh, Nightbot.
I might have to take that one off. I don't know. We'll see see how long it lasts.
What did it do?
It told Clint to stop spamming.
Oh, how rude of it. How rude. I thought Nightbot was the one.
Well, Nightbot's when it'll share links and stuff, but it also gives
Oh.
warnings for spamming. Obviously, I didn't know that part. Let me see if I can shut that off real quick. Oh, bear with me. Yes, I should be able to disable that right there. Don't start taco time already, Ed.
Oh no, not.
Sometimes it takes a couple minutes when you type the iDrop, and it'll come up. I guess it's might be my connection up here because we're off of John Bad Nightbot. Because we are up here, we're using the Starlink. So like I said, this is just experimental. It was just something new to try to see if it'll help with people getting their links dropped.
Right.
So we'll see. Okay, it's saying hello to Lisa Campbell. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. And I don't know why I didn't drop your link, Ed.
No idea.
Or Dusty, sorry.
Dusty.
He might have it. I might have it set on a time where it'll only do it at certain times. I don't know.
We'll see. Pause time.
That's what I'm not sure of. This is all experimental to me. So until I figure out all the kinks and the bugs.
And wasn't there a delay thing?
Yeah,
something.
I think I just fixed it.
Okay. Something about you could only do so many in so much time. Or
yeah, and I think that's what it was. It was doing only every 90 seconds, so it should drop now. I know the girl hobbies.
That's a long time in between, especially if everybody just hears about it and wants to do it while they're remembering it.
Oh, no one of the girls'
Oh.
hobby said she tried Nightbot and it went bad. What happened? I'm curious.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to tell us what happened.
right.
But anyways, here we are. It is Monday night
Here we are.
again.
It is.
And of course, following us, we will have Adam and Phyllis from Alaska Cut the Cord coming on.
Yay. They're so much fun.
I'm just trying to see what's going on. Okay. So, not a lot going on up here today. We just did a little bit of water. As you guys know, we had that one long tub
Yes.
in the we timed everybody out. That's funny.
Oh, that's
You can turn things off so it won't do that, but if it starts turning people off, I'll just shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried that at Clint already.
Oh my.
But when we put the new tub into the bathroom, I took the old long one out. It's about 170 gallons. We filled it up with water the last time we did our spring run. Hey, Miss Alone. And what happened was it froze over the last number of days, and we had about 5 inches of ice. I mean, 5 inches of ice inside of it. I tried the rocket stove underneath it, and it didn't want to heat it enough. So yesterday I started a bonfire under it, and it melted all the snow in it pretty quickly. And we wound up being able to use that to get water back into the cisterns under the house. So it was really good.
Our cisterns are again full.
Yeah, they're
full.
as full as they're going to get. So we got at least 400 gallons under the house right now. And then we did some electrical work. We had a problem with the light the other day, stuff like that. Ed, I don't know about the lakes. I know my creek behind the house is pretty much solid ice on top. The water's still running underneath, but it's not flowing over the top yet. I'm sure it'll overflow sooner or later. It'll heat up and cause an ice jam and then come over the top of it again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley, for saying thumbs up. Let's see what Ed says here. Any ice on the local lakes yet? No, I just answered that one. Northern Girls.
I haven't seen a lake in a month.
And she says she did edit the settings. No
Good.
more for Nightbot for the Nightbot for us. We'll see what happens. If it gets stupid, then I'll have to get people gone or get not people, but get Nightbot gone.
Nightbot gone.
I just wanted to make it a little easier for people to share links.
Sure.
You know, because a lot of times we have people come in that have them. And it should.
It sounded like a good idea.
Right. So we'll find out.
We'll see.
It'll be fun. Thank you, Ashley, for saying thumbs up. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
A little update on the channel. We are currently sitting at 454 subscribers. So we've actually gone up a lot in the last month and a half.
And come December, when you get the additive from last year for the month, how does that work?
The
additive.
The hours.
The hours.
It'll start. It'll change a little bit. I'm not worried about the hours right now. I just like the idea that we're getting further up with the subs.
Oh, that's lovely.
Alone, yes, the Sisseton actually has ice on it, not solid, of course, but it is starting to get ice forming on it. I went down there yesterday, and I will post a few videos from that way you guys can see it. It's probably the ice is probably going out maybe about 2-3 feet from the edge, and it's also a little further out as well in certain places. Like I said, I'll share that a little later. It's right now it's currently sitting at 38 degrees. It's pretty nice out today. So,
sun is bright.
Yep. It's really good when it's like that. At least I think so.
It is.
Let's see here. Catch up on some of these comments real fast. Everybody's greeting everybody. Alone says hi, Northern Girls, and everyone watching in the chat. And Dusty Bottom Boys, awesome. Robin, Sarah, hi, Alone. And Northern Girl says, I'll share you folks out. Hopefully gain subs. Well, I appreciate that.
That's sweet.
I really do.
That's really sweet.
Ira says, hi, Alone. My mom, Lorraine and I are enjoying the last week's video. That's good. Good to see all the regulars in here tonight. That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, a couple of you guys caught me earlier. I was
that
doing
was fun.
some test lives, and Miss Alone and a few others.
Yep.
Ashley, I think Scott wound up coming into one of them. John and did Dusty Bottom Boys come in? I don't know. I can't remember who all came
I
in.
can't remember. I was just listening while I was making Christmas wreaths.
When I was trying to set everything up for this tonight, so it was
Right.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, John in Alaska. Good to see you, John.
Hi, John.
Hey,
Good
John.
to see you.
If you type exclamation point and then drop, it'll share your link automatically. Hey, Carolina Kid, good to see you on here. There's Alaska Cut the Cord, and make sure you guys stick around after our show to go over to Alaska Cut the Cord, but Adam and Phyllis tonight at 5:45.
Yay. Yep.
And it takes a second for it to kick in, Phyllis or Adam, whoever's doing it.
Whoever.
Nightbot's a little slow, but it does kick in. Yeah, Dusty Bottom Boys, I popped in for a quick live earlier. Best one ever. Oh, I see how you are, man.
That was cute. Clever.
Yeah, I see Nightbot's got some issues. He's greeting Ashley again because Ashley said hello to Cut the Cord.
Nice.
Let me see here. Ira says getting spinach pies out. Ooh, that sounds good. Out of the oven now. It's wrapped in a pizza-like dough. That sounds really good right now.
Yes. Spinach pie. I love spinach. We didn't grow any.
No, we didn't grow any this year. We're going to try to next year.
It will freeze.
Yeah. So get it in. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Everybody's greeting everybody still. Sorry.
Nice.
So today, like I said, we just did a little bit of electrical work, a little bit of yard cleanup, getting ready for the winter to come in.
Yes.
No snow yet.
No snow.
Well, we've had a little bit, but nothing is stuck.
No.
The ground is frozen solid.
It is indeed. No more mud.
No more mud. No more digging.
No more digging.
It makes the trail a little bit more rougher right now. I can only go to certain places. I've been trying to do grouse hunting, and I have a matrix bird up here who I cannot get to sit still long enough for me to tag. I did take a shot at him the other day, and when I shot at him, he dodged the pellet. And I got home and I shot the gun a couple times and then was dead on. I'm like, I don't know why I missed him, but he was just like dodging that little bullet. So no grouse yet.
Nope.
Yesterday we've been trying to take it easy on the weekends, not doing a whole lot, just trying to relax, do things that we want to do, not things we have to do. So we did go out hiking for a little while on Saturday, things like that.
We moved insulation out of the barn yesterday.
Yeah, we did more work than we're supposed to do on the day. We're not supposed to be doing work.
But you have to do what you feel like doing when you feel like doing it. Some things are not urgent enough to do it now.
Yeah, so we got that all moved out of there.
Now
hey, enigmatic Gwitchin, good to see you in here. Gary, if you type in exclamation point and drop at the same time, it will share your link out. And if you have not watched any of his videos, you need to. I watched his. I said, don't you start. Oh God, here we go. Go get the ninny. Get the ninny now. I'm not going to deal with him beating me up again today.
And yelling and screaming.
Hey, Rosie, Rushing Wind Mountain.
What are you doing?
I lost focus when the dog came up and started going. He gets a little pushy. And when he wants his attention, he wants his attention. So, hey, Butler Family Farms, good to see you in here. John in Alaska. Seeing some new faces in here tonight. That's good to see. Did it put you in a timeout, Clint? That's going to be Nightbot. If I have to, I will take it off. If it's going to be stupid, I'm not going to let that happen to you guys. So I'm actually going to go turn it off until I can work out the bugs, and I don't want it affecting any of my people. So Nightbot is now turned off. So I'm sorry, Clint. You must have said tacos one too many times. God, I lost track of what I was saying here. I'm sorry. You know, I haven't even had a drink yet. Oh, she got the mini.
Found it.
It says it's kind of funny the bot picked Clint. Right. I guess you can't use symbols. It should. I'm gonna have to fine tune it. I might have to take off the spam part of it so it doesn't cause any problems. And I'll experiment with it over the next few weeks. And if it keeps causing problems, it's gonna disappear.
Yep.
So, and
if it can't be polite to our friends, it
exactly.
Can't come here.
Hey, Bill, good to see you in here. Let's see. I just seen somebody else pop up in there. Lisa Campbell. The dog wants his own live stream, right, Lisa? Lisa is actually a friend of mine from back in Florida. She used to work at West Marine, and then she moved up to Michigan. She's got her own little slice of paradise up there. And Lisa, I don't think you're off the grid. Are you off the grid, Lisa? I can't remember. I haven't talked to you that much in the recent few months, except for little chit chats here and there. Let's see. Butler Family Farm says, "Hey, Kamaj, and I don't know if you heard, we did a shout out at our live for you guys. On your live or on Rebecca's? I think I did hear something on yours. I can't remember. Everything just happens so much. I lose track of everybody I talk to. And you guys, the guys that do a lot of live chats, you go into so many of them. And sometimes you lose track of what you hear and who you talk to. Mm-hmm. Now, Jerry, it is Jerry at Butler Family Farms, correct? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, he said yes in our live. So yeah, I think I wasn't at live when you gave us a shout out. I think you had said something to me before about doing a live with you. So I'll get in touch with you. Yeah, he says it was on his live. I think I remember hearing it. It just especially when we're trying to get something done, a lot of times I'm listening in the background and I'll have the computer playing to listen to all the lives. And he says I got the name right. Good. I'm still learning a lot of the names, for channels that I'm kind of new to, like Butler Family Farms, Dusty Bottom Boys.
That's a great name, by the way.
Yes, it is. And I'm just learning, Rushing Wind Mountain, is Rosie. I believe it's Rosie. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Jerry says we try to do one shout out at the beginning and at the end. Well, that's cool. That's good. Nice. It helps promote a lot of different people. And that's what's great about the YouTube community is we all kind of, try to help one another on here, with subscribers, view hours, just pushing each other. And that's great. It's always appreciated. Let's see. Enigmatic Witchin says easy to forget about what you talk from one live to. This is very true, Gary. Very, very true. And I love that moose hunt video. That was just wild. Hopefully one of these years I'll get my moose hunting on video. If you
it'd be nice to even just get a moose.
Ruby, that's right, not Rose. It's Ruby. I knew it started with an R. I'm sorry, Ruby. Before John points it out, you can't really see it anymore. You see the little red dot right there. I was out yesterday developing a load for one of my black powder rifles, and I put a little bit too much in, and I got a little bit of scope. It decided to kick back and give me a little kiss on the bridge of the nose.
It's a little puffy and a little pink.
Yeah, but yeah, it went boop. Yeah, I guess the CBA doesn't like the full 180 round or grains of powder in it, but we tell you, it made a big boom. A lot of you guys don't know I hunt mostly with black powder. I carry black powder as my sidearm for the most part, so I like playing with it, trying to come up with different loads and things like that with my guns. Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out, Ed.
Yeah.
No, I'll shoot my nose off. And the great thing is my nose is pretty much plastic because when I was 15, I had a bad bike wreck. I lost from here down to here. It was open that far. Anybody that knew me back in the day would tell you that my nose was a lot smaller. And this here's a scar where they took the skin from here and put it here. so it wouldn't have the white dead patch. It was experimental skin grafting back in the day, and actually put out pretty good.
It did.
But but the inside, I don't have no cartilage in there. I have plastic, so if I break my nose, I just move back into place. It doesn't really break; it bends. And then I get going in. See what's Gary say here. When it comes to live streams, you just got to run off of the people in your chat. Great bunch here. Yes, very true.
Great bunch here.
Very true. And people are greeting people.
Good.
And let's see, we got somebody new here. Shalene Simple. Ouch. Yeah, it was an ouch.
Yeah,
it bled for about 5 minutes. And Gary says, I would love to learn how to learn about shooting black powder more. It's actually not hard. I have a couple pistols that I have semi modified. They've got to go out and get some work done on them. The one is pretty much the equivalent of a 44 mag by the time I get the work done on it, and black powder, so I can make my own powder, put it in there, away it goes. Let's see. There's Bill sharing out Gary's link. Thank you for doing that, Bill. I appreciate that. And yes, I did turn off Nightbot, so you won't be able to share your own links. If you have a channel and you're in here, just say something, and I'll have one of my moderators drop your link in here as well. We love sharing out other people's links in here. It says, I have a 54 flintlock Hawk, and yeah, those are nice. Those are nice. I've only got a center line right now. I don't have any flintlocks. I'd love to get an old flintlock. I like the new Keblers, I think is what it is. They're really nice, and everybody says they shoot really well.
Keblers are cookies.
Kebler. And there's Scott from Rambling with the Brahms. Good to see you, Scott. No, Brooms. I think I'm saying it right now. I think I've always been pronouncing it wrong. And there's people greeting everybody. Nice. Scott dropping some links. Yeah, let's see what's where'd it go? I just had something here. I'm getting a little behind here. If you're new to this channel, please shout out new. There you go, John, perfectly.
Great.
And everybody's talking and greeting everybody, which is good. Let's see if I got anything I need to see here. Nope. Ashley says, love my flints. Yeah, I like flintlocks. I've only had one. It was an old one. And actually, I think I can share that picture. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me a second. Oh, where did it go? Nope, I don't have it on here. There is actually ways where I can actually share pictures with you guys as I'm going along. Here, let me show you one. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this. I want this. I want this. And sure.
There you are.
And there's me.
The water.
On the boat.
On the
This
boat.
wasn't one of my boats. This was a client's boat. I was doing delivery in the ditch. What was it? That was an American tug, 36 foot. So that's what's nice about using the StreamYard. I can do things like that. If there's something I want to show you guys, I can actually show it to you and not have to worry about it. Let me see here. This Lisa says, Sarah, what are you drinking? It looks delicious.
It's a Manhattan, and it is delicious. It's got 2 cherries and a little juice in it. Besides the vermouth and the medium bourbon. It's not great bourbon, but I drink so much of it. That...
Yeah, the Scott dropping some links.
Manhattan.
Ed says should be back to the mountain on Thursday. Very good,
Oh,
Ed.
good.
I bet you'll be glad to be back home.
That place is so incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Ed's place
gorgeous.
from Mountain Marinoff Grid, Alaska, make sure you check out his channel. He's got beautiful property. I thought our place was nice, and it is.
And it is.
But his view from the top of that mountain is absolutely stunning.
Yes. And their music is great too. It suits the place so well. Just right.
Yep.
Just right.
Oh, hang on. Ashley says, Ed, looking forward to a video on your return. Yep. So are we.
Yes.
Ed says, if my new snow machine doesn't arrive at the dealer, yeah.
Ooh.
That's the part I don't like. We actually 2 years ago we put an order in for the 2022 Scandic Super Wide Track 900 Ace. The price was stupid. I mean, I could buy a used car or new car for the price of what the snow machine was going to cost us. We put our deposit on it. Wait 2 weeks. We come up, say, when's it going to be here? When we talked to you, you said it was going to be 2 to 3 weeks. Oh
Oh,
no,
no.
4 to 6 months, maybe not until the fall. I'm like, it's freaking December.
Yeah,
I
right.
need it now, not next year.
Yeah.
So we canceled the order, and that's when we bought the 2013 Tundra,
Which is a fine little machine.
which is a great machine. I blew the little bushings that are on the secondary clutch, and I've got to take that into town when I go into town next month and get that fixed. Adam's probably from Alaska Cut the Cord, probably gonna help me do that. And there's John in Alaska saying hi to Scott at Rambling with the Brooms. And Miss Alone says, nice. I need to start doing this picture in picture on my lives. Yeah, it actually it's pretty easy. It's not hard to do at all.
Kind of fun. I couldn't do it if my life depended on it. I'm doing good to turn the machine on.
Bill, you got a second channel, Digging Alaska? Cool.
Wow.
Didn't know.
Nope.
And there's John
No
greeting
idea.
Bill. We're saying thanks to Bill. Careful what your show is, dude. No, it actually has to be up in the background before I can pull anything up. So if it's not in the background, it ain't getting shown. But there's nothing on my computer that's bad.
No, there's
anyways.
nothing on his computer that's
John says,
offensive or
hello to Miss
inappropriate.
Alone. Thanks for the shout out on your video. Yes, Alone. I have to say the same as well. And I'm sure Adam and Phyllis are there as well. Thank you for the shout out on your video that you did. It's always appreciated. And we
Yes.
always love hearing you say our names.
We do.
Ashley says to Ed at Mountain Marina. Ed, bet you will be glad to get that machine. I'm sure he will. And Russian Wayne is greeting Scott. Bill's sharing up Butler Friendly Farms links.
Yeah.
Russian Wayne is saying hit the thumbs up, and we
Aw,
appreciate that. Thank you very
yes.
much. And I don't have my screen up where I can see how many thumbs there are, but you know, I'm not overly worried about that.
No.
And there's John saying hello to Clint. And Shalene says new sub here. We'll appreciate that.
Thank you.
We always happy to get new subs coming on in.
Absolutely.
And there's Terry Furman. How often do you go to town? Wintertime. Well, hopefully this year I'll only have to go in 2 to 3 times in the whole winter. Normally, summer months, warmer months, we go in once a month, maybe twice.
Maybe.
Being where we are, we have to use the Alaskan Railroad flag stop to get in and out of town. And in the wintertime, it runs north on Saturdays from Anchorage to Fairbanks, and then Sundays from Fairbanks to Anchorage. So in the wintertime, if we went, and also the first Thursday of the month, it goes to
Thursday,
Hurricane,
yeah.
from Anchorage to Hurricane Turn or Hurricane Gulch, and then back to Anchorage. So
Yeah.
usually if I go into town, it's the first Thursday of the month, and I'll hop on the train on the southbound trip, and then I'll stay in town for 2 nights, and I'll come back home on Saturday, which is what I'll be doing here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because it's almost impossible to get like to Anchorage or hardly even Wasilla and get the groceries and get back in time for the just one overnight. So it's always 2 nights.
Yep.
So last winter, I was at home 7 months.
Yep. Sorry, I
Right.
didn't go out from September until
September
May.
till May. Yep. And
I
I'm not
spent-
complaining. I'm bragging.
Hello,
there.
Fisherman 506. Good to see you in here. Yeah, last year I was in and out a lot, helping my mom
Wow.
deal with some stuff like that. And you know, so I was sometimes out twice a month in February and March, because in February and March the train runs a little bit more. So I was in and out a lot. Our first winter here, I was in every month, but that's
Yes,
because we're
but
still
we
learning
were-
what we needed, what we wanted, what
Absolutely.
we were going to have. This year, after the trip in November, I should not have to come out at all unless I choose to until March or
Right.
April.
Right.
However, one of the Airbnbs we stayed at, where I
Oh,
stayed at
this
multiple
is so
times,
nice.
it's at the Alaskan Dog Center, which does mushing tours. We get to play with the puppies a little bit. And they have an amazing Airbnb, which I've stayed at probably about a dozen times now. I'm trying to work something out with the owner where I can come in January and do an interview with him and take a dog ride and bring you guys all along with me.
I would love to go for the dog ride, but I can't leave the fires.
Yep. And Bill says, Ed, I know you have very limited time. Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's reading Fisherman 506. Ira says, I did not realize you were so far from town. At least you have train service. Yeah, there are no roads
No
here.
roads.
There are no roads. Zeus. He's going to get caught up in my wire over the computer. Go on, go lay down. There are no roads. There are no trails. The nearest trail that goes into town for us is approximately 5-6 miles away. But the problem going down that way is a lot of the people don't want you crossing their trails or their property. So if I go into town, I usually hike all the way in, or I find somebody that I know that is on the trail system to pick me up, where they'll get permission from the people that own the properties that don't like you going through. Right. How they get away with being so persnickety and who traverses their land, I don't know, because it is a state-funded trail. So, but I'm not here to complain about any of that. If something happens with that, that'll happen when it happens. But one guy's got signs out there saying he'll shoot if you come on his trail. I'm sorry, if you're on a state trail, you have no right to complain. Yeah. You know, it's if you get state money for it, you should not dictate who comes and goes on the trail. So anyways, let's get back to the conversation here.
Yes.
It says to Ashley, you have to do the thumbnails an old number of times. I'm not sure what that is. No, Ed, I have not tried this stroming yet. That is actually on my list to do tomorrow. I had to fix some electrical stuff here today. So that is actually on the list for tomorrow.
Some what?
This is stroming the fish. I'm being mugged.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want? Do you want your time on the computer too? Come
there
on.
He is. Do you want to be a star, a movie star?
Look, say hi. No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't want kisses. Yeah, got two sides. No.
Oh, no.
Everybody want a dog? Oh, I know what we can do. Hang on.
We can put him on the porch. He never barked until very, very recently. And now he barks in the morning. At first it was to get Rob to play with him, but now it's to get a peanut butter stuffed toy.
His Kong ball full of peanut butter or cheese. So he's becoming very demanding. This, celebrity part of being on YouTube has gone to his head.
Terrible creature.
Let's see. Hugo Homestead's coming. Good to see you guys in here.
Hugo culture?
I don't know if that's what it is, but the Hugo Homestead.
Well,
I'm sure I said that right. I'm close to it at least.
I can't see it.
Yeah. Well, it's spelled differently in how it's pronounced. Let's see. But he's reading Fisherman 506 and Hugo Homestead. Clint says that's a big old sweetie, meaning Zuby. He is. He's a big old ham.
But obnoxious with the barking.
Yes. And let's see here. Bill says to Ashley, you have to hit the thumbs. Well, I've already seen that. I don't know why.
Oh.
John says, my Zeus.
Yeah.
And Lisa says, oh, you're going to have video opening the fish. A friend has a can and hasn't opened it yet. Well, you better open it soon because it'll blow up.
Oh,
I just size of that thing. It's normally like this, and it's bubbling. So I'm going to have to open it sometime soon. Otherwise, it's going to make a bloody mess in the house. They're actually pretty close to being caught up here. John in Alaska says, I hope this never happens, but do you have a plan if the train doesn't stop anymore? If the train doesn't stop anymore, they will have to build a road. They have to put a road in. That was part of the contract with the state when the feds sold it to them. If they decide they're not going to do whistle stops, which they discussed a couple of years ago, they would have to put a road in, basically along the tracks from Talkeetna to where the Parks Highway is going up. So you're talking, what is it, by Ferry or Healy or something like that, or just north of where where Shannon
Where
Cartwright
Shannon
lives.
lives, yeah.
So they would have to put a road in, and for them to put that road in, John, in Alaska, that would cost them probably about $1 billion. They're not going to do it. And if they decide they're not going to run the train anymore, I'll just go down the tracks.
Oh,
It don't faze me.
Yeah.
Old man Jim built a little buggy out here that rides on a rail, and it needs a new motor. But if they tell me I can't go on, if they're not going to pick me up, guess what? I'm using it. You know, Alaska Railroad. If you hear that, you didn't hear it. They know I've got it up here. They've seen it. And they've actually sent a train detective up here years ago and talked to Jim, because Jim did get caught riding it on the train tracks. Let's see. And Ed says Zeus won't be trying to kiss you after you eat. No, you see, there's gonna maul me.
Way.
He might maul me. No, it's I'll be trying that tomorrow. He's outside just looking around now. The wind's blowing in his hair. It actually got a little windy up here today. It's kind of surprising. But yeah, John, no, they won't stop the whistles or the flag stop.
No,
I've been corrected. I was told that could go either as a whistle stop or a flag stop. All the old timers prefer it being called a flag stop. And Terry says, I love the show with Jim and Nancy. Yeah, that's Railroad Alaska. And so do we. We watch it at least once a year. Once a year, we'll go through the series and watch it all. Because every time we watch it, I see something new on our property.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when Jim and Nancy, they pan around the property. Like last time we watched it, I noticed on the other side where the cabin is, the whole back was a big field. It was all nice and flat and grassy.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not now.
After Nancy sold the place, it kind of got bad. And now it's up to us to get it back to that point. And it'll take a little bit. I've got to get some kind of tractor system up here, or I've got to get that Wisconsin engine up and running and use that as a scooper to kind of move all the dirt around. And I really need to use that to pull up some stumps. There are a lot of stumps. Hello, Monica. Good to see you in here, Monica.
Yeah, a lot of stumps. What I've been doing is taking an axe or a hatchety thing, and they're pretty rotten. And I yank them out and lever them out with a lever.
Yeah, she uses a little small pry bar and gets underneath them.
Yes.
Gets them out of the way. It does. It can take some time. And if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, feel free to just write the comment write in the comment section your question, and we will answer it.
To the best of our ability.
Currently, only thing I'm really working on right now, besides tidying up the yard and stuff like that, is getting my workshop set up in the barn for turning wood. That is a big priority to me. I have a few outlets for selling some of my work. So we want to get a lot of that done so I can get a little bit of more income coming in the springtime when the shops all open up for tourist season. I'm probably going to do like pens, which John Hogan and I used to do a lot of pens, probably some bowls and some plates, depending on how big of pieces I can get on my lathe.
And we have a friend who is what do you call a knife smith?
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith. So Rob has made at least one rack with a magnet where the knives
magnetic
knife rack, and it's really quite handsome.
And I've got to get lesser magnets that are not as strong.
Not quite as strong.
It almost takes an act of God to get the knife off the magnetic board.
But they're really pretty, and the guy who does the knives will do them. Jeff. Wonderful family.
He sells his knives all over the place. He doesn't just sell at his booth, but he has a few shops locally here and then down in the Carolinas, and I think he sells a little bit in Mexico, where his wife is from. So Terry,
he's got two sons who are coming up. One is spectacular.
Terry says, I wondered what happened to the place. Was so glad that y'all got the place and can follow along. So we didn't, when we looked at the property, we didn't know it was on the show until after we decided to make an offer on it. And then we were told that it had been on the show. Everybody's greeting Monica, and Monica's greeting people. And let's see what Clint says. Are there any vegetables you can grow during the winter? I'm not sure. We don't really have the space inside to keep them warm right now. That's part of the reason why I'm working in the barn right now. The second floor is fully insulated except for where the greenhouse is. and I need to get the downstairs done. And if I can do that, and then find a way to kind of put some plastic wrap up on the inside of the greenhouse
It might
and
work.
create like a pillow in there, which will insulate it. If I could put the like Adam and Phyllis have a waste oil drip burner in there, I could probably heat it so I can probably grow a little bit more in the wintertime and see what happens. I mean,
Certainly
I think I
extend
could.
the season.
Yeah, like we're growing some herbs. We got some basil growing inside, stuff like that. But yeah, they're tiny. They're not getting the light they should. We've got to actually move it around a little bit.
Yeah, we
see
should.
what happens. But I'm not sure what all we can grow in the wintertime, but I'm going to experiment over the next few years, see what happens. And see, Monica says, glad I caught you guys tonight. We have a third 3-hour difference here. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'm glad you made it too, Monica.
absolutely.
John, Alaska. Yes, Clint. We grow snowballs. You put a little bit of fruit syrup on top, some chocolate. It's just like ice cream or slushy.
Slushy, yeah. Cute.
All right. He's actually calmed down sitting on the porch just sleeping.
He's looking around.
I hate putting him out there, but he actually likes the cold. He's like
He
me.
does. Well, he's got a lot of fur and he's quite plump.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gotten chubby.
Yes.
He's gotten a little
Well,
on the
he's
chubby
6.
side. So what are you saying? He's old?
I would never say such a thing.
I don't know. So I'm trying to think. It's a few other things I was going to talk about tonight, and I'm having a brain fart. And as you can see, I haven't really had much of my martini yet.
Yeah.
So Ed says, how's everyone's snow pole coming along? Well, I think you've seen our video, Ed. Miss Alone did post her snow pole in her last video, which I think she really needs to make that a little bit taller. And I think Adam and Phyllis are working on theirs. How's yours coming?
Yeah.
You gonna work on that this weekend when you get home? Let us know.
Yeah.
Make sure you do a short or a video, one of the two. And there's love the land every day. Good to see you in here.
Nice.
What's Ashley laughing at Hogan? What Hogan say this time?
Oh, God knows.
Where? Okay.
He's always funny.
Oh, don't eat the yellow snow. Who did that song? Let's see who has a good memory song.
Not
Who
me.
sang the song with the words "Don't eat the yellow snow" where the Huskies go? Anybody know?
Do you?
Yes. And I'm not saying. See if anybody else knows.
No, I don't know.
Let's see. Monica, I can't wait to see who gets the most snow, right?
Yeah.
John, my snow pole is almost ready. John, if you get snow down there, which it has happened down there in Port Charlotte back in the 70s, don't be surprised if you get a little dusting. And it's probably going to happen just to piss you off.
Just in case, yeah.
Hey, and there's Josh from Southern Roots Alaskan Branches.
Nice.
Good to see you in here, bud. Let's see here. And Rushing Wind is greeting Love the Land. Yep. Carolina kid got it right. Zappa.
Oh.
Clint says, still working on my snow pole. Miss Alone says, I don't think the snow will come over the top of my snow pole based on the last few winters, nor this year so far.
Yeah, this year's slow.
You never know.
So far as
you
slow.
Never know. Burl Lives.
Burl Lives.
You have to explain now to me, Lise.
That's old. It could be the one with the. What were you asking?
For the song?
Yeah.
It was Zappa.
Well, he could have been a cover.
Yeah, it could have been.
Because they're a lot newer than Burl Lives.
Yeah. I've only known the Frank Zappa song.
Well, then.
So, Rushing Wind. Of course, you never eat the yellow snow, right? John, Frank Zappa. Everybody's saying Frank Zappa. And then Josh is greeting Ashley. See what's Gary say here. Just a couple inches of snow and ice on top. Yeah, well, you're a lot farther north than all of us, Gary. A lot farther north. When was the moose hunting video recorded, Gary? And there's Joan Twist. Hello, everyone from upstate New York. Well,
Oh.
good to see you from upstate New York.
Where in upstate New York?
Yep. Sarah wants to know because she's from upstate New York.
I am.
And she says, I thought he sang the song. Oh, he might, Lisa. I don't know. I only know the Frank Zappa version.
It's much newer than Burlap's.
Everybody's greeting everybody.
Good.
Yes, Scott says Zappa sang it in '74. Yeah, that's the song I know. Ed says, Gary, how much ice is on your local lake so far? John Hogan says, I filled a 5-gallon bucket of sunshine today. Yeah. All right, Hogan.
Smarty
We have plenty of sunshine.
We
The
do.
sunshine's not in a
It's
shortage.
lovely.
It's just the
It's
temperature's getting
blinding,
cool,
yeah.
which I like. I mean, it's 37 degrees out. When it was this morning, it was actually warmer today than it has been the last few days. It was about 24 this morning. I still just ran out there with my sweatshirt on. And John, speaking of sweatshirts, didn't you leave one of Burkett's shirts up here? I thought you left one of Chris's sweatshirts up here from the studio, and I can't find it. I hope you did, and I'm just not finding it. Dusty Water Boys says, hi, Southern Roots, Alaskan Branches, Monica, and love the land every day. Gary says 2 to 3 inches. Okay. Ooh, I got a little behind there. I'm sorry, guys. Monica's greeting people. Ed's giving a thumbs up. And Scott says hi to Joan or Joanne. There's Joanne. Let's see. The Moose Hunt was filmed the 3rd week of September. Okay, so you filmed that right as my moose season ended. Our season only runs from the 1st until the 20th. So we've actually only got 20 days of moose season here. And Bill's dropping some links. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. Love Land says, snow pole is a great idea.
It is. It's fun.
And Joan says 45 minutes from Syracuse. Love your channel. Well, I'm glad you love it.
Which direction from Syracuse? I'm from Norwich, which is about 45 minutes from the Syracuse airport, maybe an hour.
Yep.
It's south between Syracuse, Binghamton, Ithaca, and Cortland.
Make sure you speak up. I don't know if you guys could hear her when she's saying that. She speaks very softly and carries a very big stick, and it hurts when she hits me. I tell you, I always fear for my life here.
Yeah, right.
Ed said I need to walk on my lake to get water, hopefully more than 2 to 3 inches.
Oh, yeah.
Home, or I'm using
This
a
is
jug.
better.
Jug water for the first 2 weeks, right, Ed?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
are you able to monitor your temperatures when you're not home, Ed? Josh is thanking Bill probably for posting a link.
Yes.
And John said yes. And of course, now I can't remember what we were talking about. So and he says, I did.
Thank you.
Gary says, when I was a kid, we would run around on 1 inch or 2, but the feeling of buckling ice underfoot is not fun anymore. No, it is not.
Yeah. My uncle tried to plow the pond, the cow pond, where my friends and I were going to ice skate one year, and went in.
I'll look at my closet tonight, John. For some reason, I didn't see it when I was looking for it early, so I wanted to wear it today. John Alaska says that John Twist, my family lives in Binghamton.
Binghamton is 30 minutes. That's where we went to go shopping for high-end stuff.
Rushing Wind says our first snow is starting on Wednesday, 1 to 3 inches, but still we are in the mountains. Add a couple more inches to the predicted. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's kind of how it is for us. If Talkeetna calls for 6 inches, we're usually going to get anywhere from 9 to a foot.
Yeah.
Depends on, the weather patterns, but generally that's what it is.
Fluff.
Scott says he's 4 hours from Syracuse, but you're in Canada, Scott.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that.
You're not another country, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 hours from Canada. Yeah, it's about
John
right.
says yes, big stick broom. Okay. It says I don't like pressing my luck on thin ice, especially at 230 pounds. Now, I don't even like pressing my luck on the ice at 200 pounds. I'll pass on that. I mean, I walk around on the edge very tentatively anyways,
Yeah.
especially at the lake down here. When Carolina Kid was up here, we went canoeing across the lake, and I was shocked at how many springheads were coming up inside that lake.
Gazillion.
We just went along one edge, and I think we counted probably about 30 springheads coming up into the lake from underneath. You could see the upwellings in the water from the sand.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't trust that lake in the wintertime for beans. Ed, is Jenny Craig in your future? Oh, Ashley, that's not nice.
Ooh.
It says, LOL, I've gained 15 pounds this year. So possibly, yes.
Whoops.
Hey, Jay, good to see you in here. I haven't seen
Mm.
you in a little bit, man. There we go. Good evening, y'all. It's after dark here, and I'm driving, eating a to-go order. We're just listening. Well, we're glad you're just listening in and driving safely.
Absolutely.
Okay, Miss Lisa says, I'm going to say goodnight. It's 8 cord of firewood that needs stacked.
Oh my.
All right, Lisa, you have a great night, and I'll get in touch with you
Yes.
on Facebook. Make sure you're doing okay. Good seeing you in here, Lisa.
Take care.
And Ed says it's all muscle. I say, you're right.
You're right.
That's,
Well, muscle is heavier than fat.
Yep.
That's why I don't eat much.
Nothing, Scott. I told you I lived in Canada a couple times, so I'm not saying anything. There's nothing wrong with you Canucks. For those that don't know, I actually lived in Winnipeg for about a year, and I also lived in Stevensville, Ontario for about 6-7 months. I was in construction work in Winnipeg, and then in Stevensville, I was taking care of a friend's horse ranch. He raised thoroughbreds, and I went up to help him out for a winter and took care of the horses while he was sick. And he didn't just have one, he had 5 of his own plus another 20 that he took in for the winter. So I mucked a lot of stalls, fed a lot of horses, and had the lunge line indoors on the indoor arena a lot. Because I actually tried to make sure that they stayed healthy and ran them. And if it was nice out, we'd let them all out to pasture and let them run. But in that part of Ontario, it was a lot of snow. So we kept them inside in the indoor riding arena a lot. Ed actually says to Ed, only in fun. I could lose a few myself. We all could. We all could. And Ashley's greeting AFJ. Good to see you in here again, my friend. Good to see you. And let's see. And John Twist says Syracuse is northwest from here. Yeah, I know where Norwich is. Morrisville College is our town. Is in our town. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah.
Nice.
It's not quite a town. It's a nice little speed trap.
Ed says to John, where did you get your hat in the fireside chat video? Yeah, that was a nice hat. I've actually excited. I have a hat that should be in the mail at the post office next day or so.
Right.
Rebecca Touched by Yarn knitted me a hat during her live stream the other day that we had together. I think it was last Monday. And I can't wait to wear that thing. It looks so
it's camouflage
warm.
Yarn.
And she actually
so cute.
She sent one for Sarah as well. So I'm looking forward to the new hat. Dusty Butter Boy says hi to Joanne. I grew up in Western New York. I have a buddy who went to Morrisville. Very good.
Yeah, my brother-in-law went there.
John says to Ed, I just got it at Walmart. And Ed gives him a thumbs up. There's a hippie explorer.
Yay.
Good to see you in here. Is it Wes or we got Tom? I think it's probably going to be Wes. That's all right if you're working there, bud.
Sure.
She's greeting Hippie Explorer. And somebody drop the Hippie Explorer's link as well, please. They are gold prospectors in the New England area and beekeepers. Hence the name Hip Bee.
That's so cute.
They're great guys. I've been following for some time, not only on this YouTube name, but on one of my other YouTube names. I found them when I was watching them as well. Been a couple of years, but they're great guys. Yep,
you
I was
were
right.
interested
It is Wes.
in bees and prospecting for years.
Yep. So, wow, I actually caught up on the on the chats. Wow, that's pretty good. We got 28 people in here. Wow,
Yay.
very nice.
Glad to have you all. It's fun to have a party.
Keep the mock up for a minute. I gotta wash my finger again. It started bleeding again.
Oh,
I nicked my finger.
He
early.
did.
It keeps bleeding a little bit.
there's we put a fan in the floor over the water tanks so that it doesn't freeze in the underpinning of the house. And the fans have little flippy up metal things that they're supposed to fold down and
It's the ducking
the,
brackets.
for the ducking brackets. I don't know what they're named, but little flippy up things. And he sliced his finger a bit this morning when
Right,
we
you
were
go in, but if you get rambunctious, going back out.
when we were filling the tanks.
It's all your fault, Hogan.
Yeah. We're gonna put some tape over those sharp edges
Yeah.
so that neither of us get clipped.
Hey, Wes, look what I got on. He says, thank you. We are part-time pirates too.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that video, the pirate ship races.
Mm.
They do their premieres on, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Wes, tell me when the premieres are. But they're doing the pirate boat races down the river. And it's little boats, but
Which river?
I don't know what
What?
river it
I
is.
don't-
Whatever river they're at. I don't know. They go up to Coos Canyon, Maine a lot.
They
So I'm
go
not
all
sure.
over then.
Yeah, they go all over. It's all over New England.
Oh.
Let's see. Joan says, Dusty, small world. My daughter graduated from Morrisville College.
Oh my gosh, it is a small world.
Right. Cross your fingers for the Texas Rangers. Baseball. Dusty Butter Boys. Yes, small word for sure. And John in Alaska says, Rob, is there anything you haven't done? Yeah, there's a lot I haven't done. I was taught from a young age by my grandfather to get as many different experiences as you possibly can in your life, because you never know when your ticket's getting punched. And I've always been a firm believer of that. By the time I was 19 years old, I'd hitchhiked across the country 3 times before I landed in California, then in Colorado for a number of years. I've been to Mexico. I've traveled to Canada. I've traveled all over. I'd probably say close to 60,000 miles under my butt on boats, between local and long distance. I used to go from San Diego down to Cabo San Lucas, from San Francisco to Cabo San Lucas. I've been partway across the Pacific and back. We were supposed to go to Fiji, but we weren't having a problem with the boat, had to come back. All kinds of different trips going all over the place, but I've got some miles under my butt. I just like to be able to do things. I've always been a wanderer, and it just, as I've aged, it finally said, it's time to calm down.
Yeah.
Then John, always my fault. Yep.
Yep.
Angie will tell you the same thing. Right, Angie? I know you're probably listening, Angie.
And she'll say, yeah.
And Clayton Ryder, you're new. Good to see you in here. John Twist, you've been to the Ritters, Syracuse, Norwich. Not as far away. Nice. That's a new face in here. Good to see you in here.
Wow. Yes.
Wes says from Hippie Explorer, the races this year are on the Welch Brook in Maine. Okay. God, I haven't been to Maine in so many years. We used to go to Old Orchard Beach, go up to Lake Sebago, Arcadia National Park, all kinds of places up there. We used to have a blast up there. This is where I grew up in southern New England or southern New Hampshire, so I did a lot of traveling when I was young, going out there and having fun. And there's Granny filming again. Better late than never. Good to see you in here. Everybody's greeting her, and she's greeting everybody. And John in Alaska says hitchhiking across the U.S. has got to be a lot of fun, and sometimes maybe not. Yeah, it was predominantly when I was doing it back in the late 80s. It was still fairly safe. I only had a few run-ins with weirdos, and I put them in their place pretty quick and just got away from the bad situations. I could tell you some horror stories of some other stuff that wasn't related to that back in those days for traveling. Traveling on regular commuting stuff, I had more problems with than hitchhiking, believe it or not, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ashley says those who wander are not always lost. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. That's true.
Yep. All right. Well, we got a lot of new faces in here, and our amount of people have been going up and down. It's kind of nice to see a lot of new faces in here tonight. And if anybody has questions, as always, feel free to ask.
Absolutely.
And because we live out here in the bush, and we have bush syndrome, so we just blah, 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 blah.
we just talk.
We just talk. But when we're together by ourselves, we don't talk a lot.
Well, we don't not talk.
We talk, but
yeah,
we get on here. It's go, go, go. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Ashley already said that one. Everybody's there's Rushing Wind greeting Granny filming. And John in Alaska says we need to get a 24-pack and sit down and hear some of those stories.
Oh, John, yes.
Oh God, I have to change names and locations to protect people.
Oh boy. No.
I don't know how many of y'all seen the post I did in the community tabs the other day. I put out a poll whether you guys would not mind seeing some of the older videos I've done. This is not my first YouTube channel.
No.
I had a very successful outdoor gear and air gun review channel. At one point, I had 20,000 subs or so, and then YouTube wiped me out because somebody didn't like something I did. Then I had my sailing channel. I have lots of videos from doing different things, from fishing to diving and stuff like that. And it seems like it's pretty unanimous about me sharing some of that on my current channel, Sarah and I's channel. So I will start doing that slowly. Not this week, maybe next week I'll drop one out. I've got to do a little bit of editing out and things like that. And then you guys can see different parts of my life. And as I find photos and stuff from like Sarah's doings, I will turn those into videos and let her do a voiceover on it.
Well, all my photos are really old. I mean, they're snapshots in a book.
But I can manage to get those to come up right.
Oh yeah. Because I did live in a cabin in the woods in upstate New York on a dirt road off a dirt road. And I grew up on a farm. So I come to this place by rights.
And Ira says, Joanne, I used to live in upstate New York for over 35 years, not far from Norwich, near Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's not a big space.
Not a big Zuby. You're gonna go back out. Dang dog.
Right. Yep. We've had friends in Oneonta. My father grew up in Oneonta and worked at the feed store off the farm when he was growing up. Friends in Cortland. But I haven't. Nobody who has stayed there. It's because it was the university. Ithaca, just Binghamton, lots of Binghamton.
Yep. Ed, no, I do not have any of my dive gear. I sold the last of my dive gear at the estate sale we had before we came up here, and parts of me kicked myself in the butt for not bringing up a lot of my dive gear, because just going out in some of these lakes out here and just seeing what's at the bottom of them, because on one end of the lake, there's an old cabin from the 40s, 50s, and 60s that's since collapsed. You know that those old timers dropped stuff in that lake, and it's pretty clear. So you have to get down and puddle through a lot of the mud and see what's down there. But yeah, I kind of wish I did bring them. I have a friend on Facebook. She lives down in Palmer. She was supposed to come up and metal detect around one of the old section houses up by Lane Creek. I never heard back from her. She wasn't able to make it up here this year, but yeah, I wish I still had some of my dive gear. And last cut the cord says, we have been enjoying the photos that you have been putting up at the end of the videos. Good. I'm glad you guys did. So glad. Those are just some of the stuff I did professionally. They're not, little snippets of my life. Now, I know you guys missed it, Adam and Phyllis, when the video started tonight. I actually did an intro where it showed part of the drone footage that Adam filmed for me, and then different photos over the last few years of Sarah and I together, or one or two of us alone. So I'm trying to share a little bit more of that, and sooner or later I'll get time to sit down and do like a chat to the camera and explain myself, and then somebody else is gonna have to do the same. And she's extremely camera shy.
She is.
And Ed says, I need to get a BC regulator and pull a tank up at my place. What'd you lose in the lake, Ed?
Ah,
And the Zeus is running around like crazy back here.
the rug is sliding.
What do you want?
What?
You gonna put? Oh,
Oh.
no. Okay, you go back out.
Yep, back out. Zoomy went. Run, close the door.
All right, Iris says I used to go to Brooks Chicken in Oneonta and
Oh.
always traveled to the Ithaca, Sarah.
Oh yeah, Ithaca. Yeah. Cornell. My first husband went to Cornell. He did his undergrad degrees last 2 years at Cornell. Good school.
And Joanne
Nice
Twist
town.
says, yeah, I know where those places are. Yep, good.
Mm-hmm.
It says I've got 3 and 5 millimeter suit, mask, snorkel fins. Yeah, I'd want something thicker. When I had my dive company down in Florida, Ed, in the wintertime, people think Florida doesn't get cold. We had 2 years in a row where the water got down to about 40 degrees and it was killing fish off, and I still had to work. And I was wearing a 2-piece, Farmer John style with the overalls and then the heavy coat over. I think I was at 14 millimeter. And I had to wear about 60 pounds of lead on my butt to get me to sink. If you've never dove, the neoprene suits make you really, really buoyant. And I didn't use a tank. I used a hookah rig that actually, funny enough, I bought from Keene down in Anchorage and had it shipped down to Florida. It was a really good compressor rig.
Well, that's backwards.
Right.
As far as shipping goes.
John Alaska says, Sarah, when I visited my sister, I fell in love with the rolling hills and the farms and rows of corn along Route 80. Or was it 81?
It was 81.
81.
It was 81.
Yeah, 80 is further south, I believe.
I grew up on a farm outside of Norwich, New York, which is, and I had intended to live there my whole life. My brother is still on the farm, but I ended up by many trails here in Alaska, which one of the reasons is because it's similar to upstate New York and it feels like home.
Just snows a lot drier.
It is drier and the cold is not so biting.
Yep.
And it is just incredibly beautiful.
Yep. Bill says I have a recreational metal detector.
Ooh, fun.
Nice. And Mountain Mariner says I just want to examine a lake. Very good. So we've got about a little bit of time to kill for Adam and Phyllis come on here. So any more questions? Come on. You guys got to have questions. Somebody's always got questions. I usually just miss them. So if you got questions, now's the time to ask them. I don't even know who's left in here right now. I know there's about 20-something people in here, so it's kind of nice.
That's good. I have answers, but they don't make any sense to anybody.
There's something I was going to. I keep having things pop in my head, then we start talking about something else, and I need to start writing them down as I remember them, then say them when I don't have anything to say, which was never.
That's true. What are you doing? What are you looking at?
I'm trying to trigger my mind for what I was going to say.
No.
Anyways, it'll pop back in and I'll remember here. So let me show you something that Sarah's been working on. Right back.
Oh, Lord. Yep. That's crazy. I have not found my medium. I have not found my materials. I don't know. Just this is extremely commercial for me.
Sarah's making wreaths.
Christmas wreaths. This is birch, but this is commercial, and of course the ribbon is commercial.
And then she does have some that are made with all natural except for copper winding.
My copper wire came with me, copper and brass, and I've got to send Rob to like Home Depot and buy more wire. I can't work without wire.
Where's that little one going? The birch bark on it.
I almost think it's on. It wouldn't be on the porch.
Nah, it's all right.
Would it be? Anyway, it's much more natural. I've been trying. I have a very good friend who makes a lot of birch bark things, and she makes stars out of birch bark. And she said it took her 4 lessons from a good teacher who made birch bark stars to learn to make them. Well, so far she's taught me twice or 3 times. And I've also looked on the internet and looked about 6 times, and it's probably I'm up to 20 and I still can't do it. So
I pretty much had it down pat, but the bark we were using was too thick.
The bark is too thick.
You got to get thinner. I think I need to try a different type of birch. So Ed says, how much gasoline do you have up there for this winter? I've got 2 more full tanks or partially full tanks down at the tracks. I've still got to get up here. I've had to wait for the freeze because it was just so much mud down there. I think right now I'm only sitting on about 100 gallons, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to have to get some more brought up. Because I know once snow season gets here, I'm going to be all over the place putting in trails.
Yeah. We have a couple of other things that we need to order in.
Yeah.
And we'll add fuel to that order because on the Tundra truck, there is a minimum
sort of price and the weight.
And we hate to go under the minimum fee.
Yep. John in Alaska says, do you have a drone? No, we do not. That's not true. I do, but it's got issues. The video card went out on it. It's an older DJI Phantom Plus Pro, and it's pretty much shot. I tried to use it, and it went up about 150 feet and decided to take off going that way. And I managed to shut it down, and it crashed to the ground. And went over, got it, tinkered with it, tried to get it running again, and sent it back up. And it went and did the same thing, but it went about another 200 yards past that. And I got it shut down, and it crashed, and I haven't messed with it since. So it's a combination between the video card and the GPS transponder inside of it having issues. And I even calibrated and all that stuff. I've been flying drones for years, and this one here is just, it's old and it can't be updated anymore. And I got it extremely cheap. So I could probably sell it for parts to somebody that's got one that's working good.
But the film that we do have that's on a drone is
we got that
from Adam and Phyllis, which we appreciate immensely. Thank you so very much.
And we're hoping they'll come up in the wintertime so we can get a little bit of winter footage too.
You will love it in winter, guys.
Yep.
Just, we can start the fire.
Yep. Actually, when is the grand opening for the end? We're looking right now, it's probably going to be around the first of the year. I basically just,
if somebody wants to come and they have a date and they can get here and the train will come, we will jump through hoops of fire to make them welcome. And we're talking about you guys as friends and family.
Yep.
So, and any information and feedback that you can give us on what we need to do differently or better, it would be incredibly well appreciated.
Yep. Adam and Phyllis have been up here a few times now.
Yes. And we've had a great time.
Yep. And Joanne says, how is it living in Alaska? I love it. But then again, I've been trying to get here since I was 18. So you're talking 30 plus years.
Well, I haven't been waiting that long, but my first husband and I did miss an opportunity. He applied for a position at University of Alaska at Fairbanks, and we waited and we waited and we waited. We didn't get an answer, and Penn State wanted him, and we took the Penn State, and the next day got the offer from Fairbanks, and he couldn't take it because he couldn't get out of the
Speak up a little bit.
He couldn't get out of the contract.
For Penn State.
For Penn State. Penn State was not a bad place to go. We were there anyway. We didn't have to move, but it left a hunger for Alaska
for me.
And when passed, he would have loved to have come, but he died.
But that I answered your question too, Phyllis and Adam, about when the Airbnb.
Yeah, right.
First of the year is when we'll probably open. I'm just
Yes.
gonna file for my LLC,
Get it legal.
and make everything
Mhm.
legal, and we're ready to go.
Yep.
All right. I've got a few small projects to do, but that'll get done early November.
Mhm.
Basically finishing the banisters and stuff like that
Yes,
for the
the
stairs going
banisters.
upstairs to the bedroom, as well as
Mhm.
putting the guardrails up for the balcony over on that side as well.
Yeah, right. Things that people who don't live in Alaska are accustomed to.
Yep. AFJ says, "How did you two meet?" Actually, her daughter and her boyfriend worked for me for a little while when I had my
Not my boyfriend, my daughter's boyfriend.
when I had my marine maintenance company down in Florida.
Right.
Amy worked for me periodically, and Derek worked for me for probably 2.5 years. I think it's about 2.5 years he worked for me.
At least.
So that's how we actually met, and I actually knew Sarah's first husband. He was a really good guy, and after his passing from cancer, I would periodically stop by, check on Sarah to make sure she was all right. Amy and Derek lived on their boat in the Fisherman's Village, and I kept my boat at a Riviera Marina so I could work on it, because it's a working marina where Fisherman's Village is not.
So we met through boats.
And after a little while of us, seeing each other on a regular basis as friends, just
he
doing
made
things.
sure I wasn't alone on holidays.
Yeah.
He would come and pop in.
Just pop in for a few minutes to say hi. I know what it's like to lose a family member, not a spouse, but a family member. I lost my grandfather, lost my uncle. I'm fortunate I have both my parents still. My dad's health is up and down with dementia and Alzheimer's, but he's still communicable. He can still talk. He does recognize people still because of the medication. So I understand what it's like to lose somebody. So
Bob thought the world of him.
Yeah, I would check in on Sarah periodically, holidays, things like that. And something happened, and I stopped by the house, and she's grumbling about cooking. And I said, "Tell you what, Sarah." I lived on my boat at the time. I think I had the Vindel 50, and I said, "Sarah, I'll tell you what, I'll come by a couple nights a week. I will cook for you, providing I can use your shower." I have a shower on the boat. I have hot water on the boat, but it's a very small shower on that boat. I mean, it's very cramped quarters. The older boats are very narrow, and that was an older boat. And she's like, "Okay,
cooking."
No second question, so I think the first meal I made her was beef Wellington. And after that, she's like, "Claus."
Hello, Rob.
But we stayed just friends for about a year.
At least a year.
About a year.
At least a year.
And then one night she said, "Hey, you like the symphony?" "Oh yeah, I like the symphony." So we started going to the symphony on a regular basis. We had season tickets. And then one day she calls up, said, "I got a flat tire in the Prius. Can you come fix it?" I go over, I fix the tire. And that's when she made her moves. I was hot, sweaty, and she just latched on. And we've pretty much been inseparable since.
Indeed.
There was times when I'd be working a lot and stuff like that, where we might go a couple days without seeing each other, but those were far and few between. I'd always try to even if I was tired, I'd make myself known. I'd stop by, say hi, hang out for a few minutes, grab a shower, a bite to eat, and I'd head back to the boat. Even if it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon, in the night, I'm heading back to the boat.
Yeah, he was
exhausted
a good bit of the time.
Well, you gotta remember, heat strokes, things like that kind of hurt me bad down there. So that's pretty much how we met. And for the last, pretty much 4 or 5 years, 4 years, we've pretty much been inseparable.
A good solid 4 years. And that 5th year, we were working on it.
Yeah.
And it was new to me.
Yep. And what's the airspeed or velocity of an unladen swallow? I have no clue, Ed.
What? An unladen swallow?
John Alaska says, "Bill, the meaning of life is that you are still breathing." Exactly. And Clint says, "If the tree falls in the woods and a man is there to hear it, but a woman finds out, is the man still wrong?"
Yep.
John says, I'm thinking about getting a drone. I'd love to get another one.
Mhm.
I need just to find the right one and save up the money to get it
Without scrimping.
Yeah, I when I had my marine-based business, I made good money. And as John Hogan will tell you, I never wanted for anything. If I wanted something, I'd go buy it. Since retiring, it's been a little harder for me because I don't have the disposable income. So now that's why I want to get my lathe going and little
Yeah.
art projects that I know I can do that I can make an income aside from the inn, which is just going to
Right,
go
yeah.
back into itself
It
anyways.
is.
And then I'll be able to buy the things that I want,
Mhm.
not the things that I need. Needs and wants are
We
totally
have
different.
what we need here.
Yes, they are beautiful
And
reefs. Love it. Love the land every day.
Beautiful space.
Ashley's giving Clint a thumbs up. John says, is there any reason that either of you would leave Alaska? No.
No.
I mean,
No.
if one of us became having a health issue where we couldn't be here, we'd find a way. We would just find a way. Sarah and I.
Chances are, I will be incapacitated before Rob.
Yeah.
And he can take care of himself.
Yeah, but see, and I tried my hardest to keep her here with me as long as feasibly possible.
Put me under a tree and cover me with honey.
Right. Let the bears have her. So we're gonna try to stay here. I mean, I'll go down south and visit people and stuff like that on occasion, but very rarely. I don't like traveling.
No,
I'd
I
rather
don't
be at
fly
home.
well. I don't travel well. I did it my whole adult life.
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Yep. And there's onto it,
Europe
Ozzy.
and
Good to
China.
see you today. Good to see you. And actually saying hi to them. And John says, so that's what I have to do to find a good woman. LOL. Each one's different. I can't say that it's going to work for you. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I spent a decade.
Really wasn't.
I spent a decade in a bad relationship. And when I get out, I told I'm not going to date. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to be left alone. And it was like that for a little while. And then, you get lonely. I dated one or two people in between, my ex and then Sarah, and it didn't work out. And, when Sarah come along and latched on, I wasn't sure what to think because there is an age difference.
Well,
there are obstacles with friends and family, and we've slowly overcome those. And now I wouldn't trade her for anybody. I told her she's stuck with me whether she likes it or not. I ain't going anywhere.
She loves it.
It says you're supposed to ask European or African Monty Python. Dusty Bottom Boys. I'm about 6 minutes behind, but I would love to see your place when we get up there.
Hey, absolutely, come
on up, Dusty.
Yep. Come on up. We like to show it off.
Yep.
We also need feedback.
We're going to do a little bit more highlights on some of the outbuildings and stuff like that here soon too. Mostly like the cabin because it will be going up for rent and stuff like that. So we want people to see that.
That was not that easy a decision either to rent that out because we had this place and this house was a shell and it was big.
We thought about turning it into
We thought about turning it into
a barn workshop.
Several different ways. But because of the TV show, the cabin had so much appeal to a broad audience. A lot of people would be interested and could learn how to live up here by living in that space.
Yep.
And it's extremely comfortable.
Yep. Bill says DJI drones are fairly inexpensive and they're top. Yeah, I've had a couple of DJIs. What I started off with, Bill, was a the TBS Discovery, which in the early days, it had no stabilization for the cameras or anything like that. You used a GoPro, pretty nimble, pretty fast, pretty odd shaped. They were kind of oblong. First one I had was attacked by a osprey and put into a tree. And I think I have the video of that somewhere. So I'm not familiar with drones and which ones are good. I like DJI. It's just I've got to get the money up to buy one, and that'll happen in time. I have a few other things prior on the list that I want before I get a drone. And John says, hello, Onto It Aussie. Everybody's greeting Onto It Aussie. Ashley, is it European or African question mark? I think that was towards Ed.
Oh.
Onto It Aussie says, LOL, I lived by that rule. Do I need it or want it? Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Big difference.
Right. And John says, that's what I wanted to hear. Now Onto It Aussie saying hi to John. Clint is greeting as well. Alaska Court says, love finds you when you're not looking. This is very true. And a lot of times it's very unexpected, as it was with Sarah and I.
It was.
I never thought I'd fall in love with somebody again after the last relationships that I had. And she proved that all wrong. Yep. I was very happy to be alone and on my boat and just traveling around, being somewhat miserable, but somewhat happy because I was on the ocean. But that kind of lifestyle changed when I started getting sick. Yeah. And
this is
had it not been for her suggesting Alaska, I probably would have died down there already. Yeah. That's how bad it was getting down there for me. I
brought it up first.
Yeah. We started looking at other places and we didn't like the taxes or the property prices
or even the lifestyle.
The lifestyles were different.
This place is just right.
Rushing Winds. Ruby says, still here, just having dinner while I watch. And Ash says, what's for dinner?
Yes, what's for dinner?
And what we've been doing actually has been prepping all our meals on Sunday for Monday, because it becomes very busy for us. I attend a few other lives during the day on Monday. Excuse me. And then I have our live, and then I go over to Phyllis and Adam's live. Right. So I've been prepping all my meals ahead of time. And I didn't get it done today.
No.
I was too busy trying to get some electrical work done. So it's kind of like, oops.
He did get some electrical work done.
Adam and Phyllis, once your live starts, I will be making dinner. I'll be here.
It's easy.
It's easy. I'm just doing roasting some chicken and stuff like that. So.
And peas and potatoes.
Yep. Easy. John in Alaska says, I have been looking for 76 years and now I can't find it. Don't expect it, and then it'll happen.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it, John. Ooh, stuffed peppers. Hey, Brooke Trout, good to see you.
There.
Yeah, I haven't had stuffed peppers in a while. That actually sounds really good.
One of the first things I learned how to cook after I got married.
First time. Onto It Oz says, well, I'm having rissoles and salad. Nice. We've actually been eating a lot of salad.
A lot of salad.
Our friend Mary sent up some mail a week or so ago. And it sends up a whole bunch of lettuce, salad mix, and we've been eating a lot of that.
And some tomatoes.
Yep.
Because ours were
gone
this week.
Yep. Well, tomatoes we did can, so they're in the pantry.
Or we ate them right up.
Yep. Onto It Aussie. Yes, time is hard to come by at the moment. Just not enough hours in my day. That I hear that.
Yes.
And our days are getting short. It's still dark right by 9. And the sun's usually going down by about 7.
We do have the blinds drawn now but
Clint, I'm not allowed to say what I had for supper.
What did you have?
Clint, I'll let you say it. Go ahead. I know you want to say it. Taco Bell. Rushing Wind is greeting Brooke Trout. Onto It Aussie is laughing at Clint. And Bill says, I've given up finding a good woman. That's when it usually finds you. Everybody's laughing at Clint. Come on, Clint, say it. I know you want to say it. Phyllis, if you're on your laptop, make sure you drop a link real quick to your live. Adam and Phil start their live here at about 15 minutes. And if you're not familiar with Alaska Cut the Cord, they make some really great content. There are a number of other channels that are on here. Mr. Bill from Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead. I don't know if Gary's still on here. John in Alaska makes some great videos. Great guy. And thank you again, John, for your shout out on your video as well.
Yes.
JFK says, I guess I'll stop looking so I might find her. And if I do, we're moving to Alaska. There you go.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Let me know when you come back up here. I really wish I would have been in town and met with you when we had the meetup in town.
Oh yeah.
When I found out a lot of different people showed up for that, I wish I would have been able to make it in town, but we had guests up, so I couldn't get away.
We just couldn't. And we almost never have guests.
Right? John Alaska says, I was just looking out the window and saw a white rabbit moving around.
Really?
Must belong to someone.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Oops. Someone would be not happy.
Right. There's Gary there. I can't quite see what that little face is, Gary. Looks like a salute. That's what it kind of looks like. I'm not sure. AFJ, me too, Rob. I'm looking forward to it. Good. Yeah. I'll be at the next one.
If it's summer, I might even show up.
Right. On to what else we have. Light till 8:30.
Wow.
That'll be 9 soon. But still outside working. Yeah, that's how we are too. We work outside a lot. I have to set an alarm on my phone to tell me when to stop in the summertime.
Right. Yeah. And we have blackout curtains for the bedroom.
Alice, when she's 10 feet tall. We're showing our age. Don't do that. Let's see. Ashley says, Bill, the world has changed for sure. I've been divorced for 13 years. I don't think I can handle losing my freedom. It all depends on the woman. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. It depends on the woman. I have no issues with this one. I do as I need, do as I want. She might look at me funny here and there, but and yes, I do fear for my life occasionally.
Not really. I'm not particularly violent.
Yes, it is a great tune, Ed. That it is. And it's probably Phyllis, because Adam's probably on the way home.
Probably.
They drop a link to their live here that's going to start in about 12 minutes. On to what else is exactly, Rob. We are all on Orgus. We're not not all orgs. Okay. I misread
not
it.
All orgs.
No. Finding the right match in life is very difficult. I thought I've had that before, and I did not, and now I do, and I love it. Except when she beats me.
I just pinch it.
She admits it finally. You look at my arm, this little bruise all over.
Not.
And see, and this is one of the things that, with us, we can joke around a lot. We pick on each other. And I think in all the years we've been together, I think we've had maybe one argument that lasted about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
And then it's done. Our arguments never last when we have them. We might have little snits every now and then, but they're over in 2-3 minutes, and it's mostly just one being cranky.
It's
being
mostly
up to
cranky,
and that's what it is. And we understand that. Living out here, you have to understand that because there's no way to get away from one another. That's like a lot of time in the wintertime. I'll take off my snowshoes, and I'll disappear for a couple hours. And it's not because I'm mad at her. I need space. And like a lot of times,
so do I.
When I go into town for supplies, sometimes that gives her space.
It gives me my space.
You've got to. Everybody
really does.
Yeah, everybody needs a little bit of space here and there.
And I don't mind it.
It was good seeing you, Shalene.
I don't.
She's a new subscriber.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, name was not familiar. I hope it becomes so.
That's what ogres like Shrek. Yes. Ashley says Ozzy didn't mean to imply women are the issue, and it's my issue.
No.
Yeah, we're all the same.
You have to have a match.
Yep, you've got to find the right match. And there's Bill dropping the link for Alaska Cut the Cord.
Very good. They have a match too.
Yep. Yeah, if you haven't watched them too,
They're a scream.
how you see them on their videos is how they are in
They're
person.
wonderful.
We've hung around with them quite a bit over the last year, and they're amazing people.
Lots
Gary,
of fun.
yep. Gary says, found my wife at 22, got married at 23. Very good,
Wow.
Gary. It's a
I
little
met-
harder out where you're at because you're way out there, my friend.
I met my husband. I was 15.
24, LOL. Did she just correct you, Gary?
Good.
Sorry, I had to say that.
Absolutely.
Because usually
Absolutely.
if it's a date thing,
Oh yeah.
the woman will pipe up, no,
No.
it's this.
Not me.
Ask
I
me
don't
how I know.
remember what.
No, I actually remember the dates.
Much better than you do. Much better.
This is the last cut the quarters live.
Yay.
Let's see what Gary say here. Oh, come on, go through. Oh, there. There he goes. She came to my village and I didn't let her leave. There you go.
There you
Just don't
go.
get arrested for keeping her hostage. Kidding. No, that's great that you found the right person, Gary. It's not an easy
Absolutely, it's
not an
not.
easy thing to do.
No.
I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to ask you, but it's hard to do. And there's Bron.
Hi, Brun.
Good to see you, Bron. But yeah, Gary, it's good that you found somebody that you match with, and
Absolutely.
especially in the lifestyle that especially us Alaskans have.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to have somebody that you're fully compatible with, and you're not going to have problems.
Mhm.
Everybody's greeting Bron.
Nice.
It says, haha, I took her shoes. LOL, inside joke. Everybody's still greeting Bron. Gary's 35 years old. You don't look it, brother. I would not have guessed you 35 years old. I would have guessed you in your mid to late 20s. And Bron says, I took my car to get brakes done, and so
Brakes.
got to walk home.
Oh no.
Did it take that long to do brakes? Sorry. I did my brakes. It took me a couple hours, but that's because my tires were stuck on. That's what happens when you stick aluminum on steel.
Yeah, I had to walk home from breaks once. The pain in the butt.
Gary says, thanks. You're welcome.
Granted, it was a 15-minute
olive.
walk.
My olive didn't want to know.
They're little. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get big ones at Costco.
Google.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I will. You're staying home.
I'm staying home.
Now, Gary, just a quick question. What area is it that you're in? Are you in the Brooks Range or south of the Brooks? I think you're north. I'm not sure. Anyways, the countdown is on for Adam and Phyllis.
Woo-hoo.
We will go over there in a few minutes and
9.
show them all some love and give them hell. Because Adam's going to be giving her heck.
For what?
He always is.
No. Never.
South of the Brooks Range. Okay. Oh, you're on the Yukon Flats. Okay. And Adam's going to kick me for saying that. It feels probably over there like this. Yeah, that whole country up there, Gary. One of these days, I hope to make it, somewhat close to you. I don't tend to go where you are, but I mean, I want to see that part of
That
Alaska.
area.
We have not
We
traveled.
have not
since we've
traveled
been here,
at
and
all.
we're dying to move around a little bit.
Mhm.
And Brun says, going to the library too. I'm a needed. Very good. Billy Sutton, that's a new name here. Says, hello, I'm new here. Just watched John Alaska's Fire Circle or Fireside Chat and said to check y'all out. Went ahead and subscribed too. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Billy. And John in Alaska is in the house. Say hi, John. See if he actually hears me.
Mhm.
Are you
He's a
napping,
sweetheart.
John? Don't make me come out of the bush.
Mhm.
Everybody's greeting Billy, and Brun says, "Nerds." That's an old movie too. Rushing Wind. Everybody's greeting Billy, and there's John Leslie. Thank you, Billy.
Yes.
Welcome. Yeah. John is a great guy.
Great guy.
Everybody that you're gonna meet in here are great. All the YouTubers that are in here, even our subscribers are amazing people. Is Alone still in here? Because we have a number of YouTubers in here. We got John Alaska,
Right.
we have Bill from Alaska Last Frontier Homestead, we have Phyllis and Adam from Alaska Cut the Cord, we have Brun Free, we have Onto It Ozzy, Dusty Bottom Boys, Gary from Enigmatic Witchin.
I love
I
that
stumble
name.
over the name. I don't know why. I can say it any time of the time except when I'm on live. So, but there are a number of YouTubers in here. I don't know if Scott from Remley with the Brums is here. I don't know if Jerry from Butler Family Farms is still in here. There's BBQ Mike G still in here. He said he saw your first flurry of snow short. Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't get a whole lot, and it disappeared pretty quick there, Mike.
Real quick.
Yep, Alone is still here. She piped up.
Hi, Alone.
She's just been hearing us. She's editing and listening, and we're
yes,
battling
yes.
and reading. So
absolutely, there's
and
always
love
so much
the land
to
every
do.
day. I mean, there are JR. Are you just showing back up from the live I had earlier? When I was testing things out, because I haven't seen you making a peep in here.
No peeping.
Yeah, I'm just giving you heck, JR. Don't worry, man. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
We get about 4 minutes until we're going to go over and bombard Phyllis and Adam at Alaska Cut the Cord. So, Bill, Alone, somebody right before they start here in about 3 minutes, drop their link.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's back from the test. JR is one of the ones that popped in when I was doing my testing early with Nightbot and stuff like that. So, let's see here. I want to see if I can pop something up here. All right. For those that don't know, I used to own a tea company. That's not the photo I wanted. That's not the photo I wanted. That's the photo I wanted. That's actually me at my old tea shop. I was actually trained to do a traditional Chinese tea pour and tea service. So that's one of the photos from my shop up in Venice, Florida. And Brooke Trotter, if you're in here, I don't know if you know the Brickyard Plaza. That's where this was in the Brickyard Plaza.
One of the first things that we found that we had kind of in common was that we both had a small collection of Yixing teapots.
But anyways, I just figured I'd share little things like that with you guys as we go along.
I got mine in China.
No, I didn't. But I was trained by
somebody
that came from one of the Shaolin temples to serve tea.
And I was not trained to do that at all. I was trained to make Yixing teapots, but I never did it.
I'm jealous, JR. He was online shopping for another pew pew.
Another what?
Pew pew. I'll tell you later.
It doesn't sound good.
What I was doing yesterday.
Oh, okay.
You're not familiar with, you don't know where the Brickyard Plaza is? You know where Mi Pueblo is? The Mexican restaurant. It's on it's not on the island. It's on the bypass on the mainland. Just south of Venice Avenue. Clyde, not far from Clyde Butcher's shop as well. And why is Hogan so quiet? It's been really quiet. I'm a little scared.
Oh, that's scary.
Brun says, I love teapots. I have a few. Clint says, good night, everyone. Good time. Yep. Because we got 1 minute to get out of here and go over and pester Adam and Phyllis. So I'm sure Phyllis is already gone. So Bill, if you would, drop another link real quick and let's get out of here and go pester them.
It'll be fun.
Billy, and I appreciate all the new folks. I really appreciate you guys dropping in today.
Really?
It was great to see you all in the chat, and hopefully you come back and hopefully you enjoy our content. We do a live every week, and we also put out at least one video a week and one short a week. So
we means him.
Yeah, it's all right. Brun's at the library. Shh. All right, let's go over and pester Adam and Phyllis at Alaska Cut the Cord, guys. Yes. We're out of here. We will see you soon. Bye. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great night.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you all for showing up. Appreciate you. And thank you to all my moderators and everybody that showed up. We appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go get them. Ready? Let's go bomb them. Hey, Kevin. Hang on. I've won a
Uh-huh.
tea making contest a couple years ago. Really, Gary? We'll have to talk about that.
Lovely.
We'll have to talk about that. All right, guys. We're out of here. See you guys next week for Monday Night Live. Let's go over to Adam and Phyllis. Why is it not ending?
I don't
Come on.
know.
There it is.